Welcome back to Metal Ben's Chronicles. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually made an actual video here on this channel. So we're going to get right to it. And this is for a very good cause, in my opinion. This goes out to George G's Room of Rock, who just hit 1,000 subscribers on his channel roughly 3 weeks ago. And right now he's currently doing a contest over on his YouTube channel as we speak. And it's real simple. You know, it could be an album title, you know, a band, a song, you know, or maybe a band member's name for this contest, you know, when it pertains to the word 1,000. That's right. So we're going to get right into it. All right, so I don't want to be too obvious here because I'm wearing an Overkill shirt right now for the letter O, obviously. So I'm going to be a bit, you know, naive or different, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to go with Obituaries, Cause of Death. Classic death metal album, second released by this classic Florida death metal band. What more can be said? Great stuff. So yeah, that's for the letter O. Cause of Death by Obituary. Moving on, alright. You can never go wrong with the next band I'm about to show. I'm talking about New York's Nuclear Assault. You know, with their debut album, Game Over. This has the Plague EP on it too, from 86 and 87. You know, obviously really classic stuff. So that one's for letter O. Or letter N, excuse me there. I apologize for that. Letter N. Moving on, okay, another classic. Now we're going to go all the way to Canada for this one, for the letter E. Of course, I'm talking about the debut by Exciter, Heavy Metal Maniac. Such a classic early speed metal album that came out in 1983 on Sharpnel Records, January of 83 to be exact. So that's for E. Alright, moving on to the word 1,000. Alright, so we got another classic here when it comes to like early grindcore, you know, some early death metal. Featured Pete Sandoval on drums. Of course, I'm talking about Terrorizer's 1989 release. One of the first albums produced by Scott Burns, too. I'm talking about World Downfall 2 by Terrorizer. You talk about a ripping classic, you know, doesn't get any more better than this for the letter T. Alright, now for this one, I'm going with an album that just came out this year, back in, I want to say February. Yeah. So yeah, for letter H, we're going to go with the new one by Hyrax, Faster Than Death. Really cool, fast, short little album that just kicks your teeth in. Really good stuff, but yes, good one for letter H. Alright, moving on now. This is my friend's black metal band. That's right, this one-man black metal band from Canada. Yeah, my friend Mike. So yeah, here we go. My friend Mike Ross, by the way. Ordo Ab Chao, this is his last album. Dark Mirrors of Magic. He started getting a bit more melodic on this one. Still has a lot of black metal on it. I still need to pick up his newest one he put out. So yeah, Ordo Ab Chao from Canada. Alright, that's for letter O. Now we're going to go to letter U. Letter U. That's right. For letter U, we got, of course, Udio Dirk Schneider and his band Udio, of course, with Still Factory. This one, I want to say, came out in 2018. If I remember correctly, this is a really good album. I mean, Udio usually puts out great albums. If you like Accept, obviously, gotta check out some Udio, man. So yeah, Udio for letter U, excuse me there. Alright, so for letter S, I decided to pick out a different one here. We got some, like doom metal, stoner metal type of stuff here. And this would be one of Michael Amont's side projects from Arch Enemy, of course. But here we got his 1998 album, Some Spiritual Beggars. That's right, what's this one called? I don't know, it's really hard to read what this is called. Either or, Spiritual Beggars. I'm sure you people in the comments section will figure out which album that is. But yes, so that one comes in for the letter S. Alright, moving on. We're going back to thrash metal here. Phoenix, Arizona's Atrophy. That's right, for letter A. Yep, some Atrophy. This is their demo, Chemical Dependency, from 1987 or 88. I want to say 87. But yeah, Chemical Dependency, the demo. And Atrophy, like I said, they're back together. Yes, some Phoenix, Arizona thrash, but with only one original member, the vocalist. But man, you can't go wrong with some Atrophy, some underrated thrash in my opinion. Alright, so now we're going to go to the letter N. Alright, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. Man, I bought this new 25 years ago too, when it first came out. I'm talking about Nevermore for the letter N, with Dead Heart in a Dead World, featuring the late Mortal Dane, Jeff Loomis, Jim Shepard. You know, such a good album. Been a while since I've actually spun this one too, yes. So the oldest one probably in my collection, well maybe. Yeah, I've had this since 2000. But, you know what, I might have had this one actually longer the more I think about it. So to end this, we go for the letter D. And a song title appropriate for this. So we got Death with Symbolic from 1995, the only one they ever put out on Roadrunner Records. And of course the track is 1000 Eyes, one of my favorites on this album. So there you go, man, that's for 1000. So in closing, he wants to name off, or he wants you to name off, you know, YouTubers that you feel need support, or, you know, just shout it out in general. You know, it's so hard to do since I've been on YouTube for so long. You know, I'm close to 8 years on this platform. I've seen so many channels. I've met a lot of people on here. You know, it's really hard to do this. So, you know what? I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to pick nobody. I'm just going to say right now, shout out to everybody out there that has a metal YouTube channel, or has a VC YouTube channel, or is just coming up doing this. Because, man, there's too many channels to name, and I don't like to pick channels, or cherry pick channels, and, you know, show favoritism. I mean, too many damn good channels out there. So, yeah, that's my contest entry for George G's Room of Rock's 1,000 subscribers. Alright, guys. Definitely check out George G's Room of Rock, and keep heavy metal music alive.